Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. You know, we often think of community colleges as a stepping stone for a four-year college or a place to take a couple classes that might interest us. But these days, it's becoming more of a place to develop those skills that are going to land you a job. And with us now is the Vice Chancellor for Rancho Santiago Community College, Enrique Perez.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, how has it changed? What is the focus of the community college these days? How has it shifted?
I think most people, when they think of their local community college, they think of an institution where their daughter, their son can go, take 2 years of general education courses, and then transfer to a university. And we certainly do that. But our mission is twofold. One is the educational development. They come 2 years, transfer, but we're very, very focused in terms of the economic and workforce development. So many people don't know that at the community colleges, we are really the catalyst for the economy in California. The economic development part is going out to businesses, providing services and training for them as they're growing. The workforce development part is making sure that we can get our students into a pipeline to industries that have high growth and that will hire them. So in order for us to know exactly the skills that currently employers need and what they will need in the future, we need to be in touch with them. So we are very, very connected to our local and regional industry and businesses.
So you ask business owners, where are the jobs? And then you say, okay, we'll develop a program for that. So where are the jobs right now? What's the program leaning toward?
I think we have two colleges, Santa Ana College and Santiago Canyon College, and we're very, very focused on high growth areas. High growth right now, you're talking global trade, biotechnology, advanced manufacturing, and certainly business. And so for us, it's key to go to these employers to find out how is it that we can fill the skills gap, because there is a skills gap. There's a lot of talk about unemployment and H-2 visas and people coming from other countries to fill those jobs. And we need to make sure that our students are filling those jobs. So in order to do that, we need to be very in touch with our local industry.
How do you stay light on your feet to design the curriculum enough to meet the needs of those people who are doing the hiring?
We do it in two ways. One, we have our set curriculum, and that's difficult to be too flexible on, but we also provide customized training for local industry. So if your employees cannot come to one of our campuses to take our courses, we can customize the training either at your site or they can come to an offsite depending on what you want to do. Right now we're working with, for example, with Edison to try to do some training for them. We're also working with the local hospitality industry and restaurant industry to do some training for them as well.
It sounds like you can stay a little more light on your feet compared to other four-year degree programs. I've heard that a lot of the students have degrees, four-year degrees, and they're returning to visit you to get some specialized training.
Yes, I think when most people think of community college, they're thinking of high school to college, when in fact many of our students have bachelor degrees. And so they're out in the job force, they can't get a job or they want to advance in a certain industry, they come back to us for training. And so because we are in touch with local industry, we can create pathways for them to get into high growth areas where they will be able to get a job pretty quickly.
Give us some success stories.
I think for us, success stories has been in the area of global trade, like I said, biotechnology, where students have come in, got laid off, and we're looking for areas where they can get a job. And so what we've done is we've been working with the LA Orange County region. Students in our industry care about county lines. You know, they're going to go where the jobs are. And so right now, Rancho Santiago Community College District is taking the lead to work with 32 colleges in LA Orange County to really look at those areas where of high growth and where we can be working with industry much closer. That I would count as a success story, because rarely do you get 32 colleges working together for the benefit of the local economy.
I've heard this is also, you have a strategy where you're starting young. You're even reaching out into the high schools to try to get students interested in the STEM technologies, the science,
Yes.
engineering and math, to have programs so that they might be interested to come over to your colleges and check it out?
We start quite young. We've got, at Santa Ana College, we have an annual event called Kinder Caminata, where we have 1,000 kindergartners come to the college. And it's a big fair. They get to learn more about it, but you can never start too young.
They can see, oh, this is something I can do.
Yes.
This is where I will fit in later.
Absolutely.
Why is this sort of programming, this sort of education important not only to the student but to the community at large?
Like I mentioned, California community colleges are really the catalyst for the economy in the entire state of California. There really is no other entity that is truly putting so much into the local economy. So for a city of Anaheim, Orange, Santa Ana, you want a vibrant business environment. You want to be able to hire locally. You want to be able to have a workforce that industry will come to your city, open up a manufacturing plant, open up another business. And one of the selling points of a city is always going to be, what is the workforce? And so for us, we are producing that workforce. Not only the workforce of today, but certainly the workforce that will help our businesses and industry compete locally, regionally, and globally.
Sounds like a great opportunity for not only while you're going to school taking these classes, but with this closer partnership with employers, you have a potential for internships, on-the-job training that benefits students and employers alike.
Absolutely.
One of the areas of growth you mentioned, cybersecurity. So what can you do as far as designing programs or offering classes for students that will help in that regard?
Yeah, so cybersecurity is very interesting. We started to do some industry roundtables with our Chancellor, which our team goes out, meets with local industry, various industries, to find out not only where can your employees come to our colleges, get trained, what do we need to tweak in terms of our programs, but what programs are we not offering? And cybersecurity is one of those areas that we're looking at, because it's an area of very high growth. As you hear in the news, cybersecurity is very big. I can barely spell it, let alone have a curriculum for it. And so, but we do have experts that are looking at that to see how we can get our students into that job area, which is very, very high growth, especially in Orange County.
What are some areas that the community colleges could stand to broaden to meet the needs of students in our area?
I think those high growth areas. I think we do a very good job in terms of transferring students to universities, but many of our young folks are looking at not just going from college to university, but they're looking to get right into the workforce. Some because they need to do it for their families, and some because the university pathway is really not for them. But they do want a high-skilled paying job. And so for us, it's continuing our conversation with local and regional industry. That conversation between industry and education is key to our economy, because if we're not providing the programs and education that industry needs, they'll go find it elsewhere. They're not just going to stop doing business. And for us, we want to make sure we're in those conversations and that they understand that we are a pipeline for their current and future workforce.
Yeah, to your benefit, a four-year college, you might get a good education, but that direct connection from the education to the workforce is not as direct.
It's not as direct, and no knock to universities. They do a phenomenal job.
Depending on the major, of
course. Depending on the major. However, I think for community colleges, people truly need to understand, and we need to do a better job of not being the best kept secret in town.
And it's not second best.
No, it's absolutely not second best.
It could be the right thing for a lot of people.
It's I think the right thing for many people.
All right. We thank you very much for being here
Absolutely.
today
Thank you for having me.
Share this information. We're glad you could join us too. I'm Leslie Leyton.